Good morning, ho ho ho, and a happy Tuesday, whatever day it is. This is Two Scoops Morning News with Dan and Craig, and I am Dan.
And I am Craig.
And we don't even have anything clever to say this morning, so this should be fun. Two Scoops.
You're watching Two Scoops Morning News with Dan and Craig, your sunrise reminder that things could get worse, so laugh at them while you still can.
I used up all my cleverness last night.
Yeah. I don't even have anything to say to that.
It's like
nice.
nothing.
Good job.
I like your Christmas decorations there.
Thank you. You got to see me decorate last night, and I put a lot of effort into it.
You did.
I'm feeling festive.
Yes, you are.
So there's some Christmas stories that we're gonna talk about where people got beat up.
It's really the story.
Yes.
Beat up on Christmas.
I mean, yeah. What else are you gonna talk about? People giving cheerful gifts, thoughtfulness to their neighbors? No, we're going to talk about.
I don't think that happens anymore anyway, so.
It's true.
Which one are we starting with? Because.
Which one do you want to start with?
Oh, let's start with the Grinch one.
All right.
Now, if you're going to beat somebody up over Christmas, like, be it in, like, the holiday spirit while you're beating somebody up over Christmas. Like, for example, be wearing your Grinch costume while beating up somebody that may or may not be wearing a reindeer costume.
It's so awesome. I mean, we wouldn't care about the story if it was just some dude beating up some other dude over Christmasness. But
right.
As soon as you put on that Grinch costume and you decide to go full method actor and just beat the shit out of reindeer because you hate Christmas, I'm definitely interested.
I fully support you too. So.
Yes.
I condone this sort of violence. It says a holiday fracas involving a man dressed as the Grinch and a coworker wearing a reindeer costume required the intervention of a Michigan cop. Of course, it's in Michigan. Who arrested the Seuss wannabe for assault and battery, according to police reports. Officers were summoned late Saturday night to Traverse City Hotel, where a work Christmas party started an altercation in the bar area. Look,
this is like the office Christmas parties where like people inevitably get drunk and beat the shit out of each other.
Yes, if you attend the office, the work Christmas party, do not get so drunk that you dress up in full Grinch costume and beat the shit out of the reindeer.
I'm hoping they started out in the Grinch costume before they got drunk. Like they didn't get drunk and then say, I'm going to beat the shit out of somebody, but first, let me grab something.
first, I need my Grinch attire.
Let's make a story out of this, at least.
I need my fighting gear.
I bet it's well padded, so it probably helped, protect him.
Before cops arrived, the dispute spilled out of the bar and into the main lobby. So I imagine on Family Guy, like the chicken fight, where it just ends up like going like room to room to room down the road, and it just like
until they're like fighting on a plane and then falling out onto a bus and then end up in another county.
It spilled out into the main lobby of the Hotel Indigo. Employee Carrie Stock told police she saw the man in the green Grinch outfit fighting and yelling back and forth with a man wearing a plaid jacket. So started with the guy in a plaid jacket. I'm not sure what. What's that?
Which one was wearing a plaid jacket?
The Grinch guy was started by yelling at the guy in the plaid jacket. So I'm not sure when the reindeer got involved.
Let's find out.
At this point, hotel employee Jared Archibald, 35, sought to intervene. Let me guess. The hotel.
There's no hero in the world named Jared. I'm sorry.
Jared Archibald.
Even worse.
Archibald Archibald told police that a male in a reindeer suit grabbed him and pushed him backwards. So it's almost seems like the Grinch wasn't fighting the reindeer. It's just the two of them were fighting everybody else. Because the Grinch was fighting the guy in plaid jacket, so plaid man.
Uh-huh.
And then the hotel employee's like, "Oh, I got to stop this." And when the hotel employee tried to stop it, reindeer runs in and jumps to the scene and pushes him down. So
Was it at least like red plaid with a Santa hat, and he was like faux lumberjack Santa?
yeah, it's
Because a
probably
three-way
both.
fight between a reindeer, the Grinch, and Santa Claus is like, it just makes the story even better.
Absolutely. It's a Christmas story that not even the best could write. Then with Archibald on the ground, the Grinch allegedly pummeled the hotel worker who suffered redness to his left eye.
Oh, jeez.
Dude, how is there not video of this?
All right.
The cops
And a broken watch. You missed that point. That's
obviously.
important.
Oh yeah, and a broken watch. Yes. Cops
I
subsequently
bet it was like a magical watch that destroyed Christmas if it was broke. Like if this is a movie, there's something to that watch for them to feel the need to point that out.
Yes. It's like they stopped it just in time.
That's right. It was like right before midnight, and then it just gave Santa extra time to deliver the presents that he wasn't going to be able to deliver because he was getting in a fight with the Grinch.
That makes sense. That makes so much sense.
Thank you.
Derek Ambrose says reindeer. No, it was Max, the dog with the tied antler to his head. Yes, that's who it was. Cops subsequently identified the Grinch as Tucker Lee Davis, 30 years old. When questioned by officers, Davis, whom Archibald described as drunk and angry, no shit, reportedly admitted to being the aggressor during the confrontation, adding he took Archibald to the ground in a grappling style. So I thought the reindeer took Archibald to the ground. Now, we need to get our story straight here because this is just...
It is important.
It's hard to follow. Was it the reindeer or was it...
It's a full-on Christmas brawl. Hector Roos says, Tucker Lee Davis sounds like one of those presidential assassin names. Yeah, if you ever meet somebody who makes it very clear to include their middle name in their name, they're probably going to blow up a building at least at some point in their life.
At the very least. Or murder a like celebrity, like a famous musician, or to the max a president. Oh,
or beat the shit out of Santa Claus and a reindeer or something.
While wearing a Grinch costume.
Yes.
That's the end of the story. Well, it says Davis was arrested and booked on misdemeanor and battery. The reindeer was not charged.
Come Well, you can't charge a reindeer. It's just an animal. They're not responsible for themselves. Who let a reindeer loose in the office to begin with? That's the real question. That's the part that's the video I want to see, where this Grinch dude was so drunk, plus other additives, I'm sure, that he's actually beating up the reindeer that they rented for, like the live reindeer that they had just walking around that they rented for the season. And he's like, "Get the fuck out of here, dear." But I can't believe that, like, what... Somebody took a picture, at least. Somebody took a picture. Somebody took a video for sure. I would imagine we all have cameras in our pockets. And you guys couldn't possibly give us even a shot of the guy in his costume. This is lazy journalism, and I don't condone it.
Now, scroll to the bottom. The real story is go up a little more. Not the very bottom. A little more. Right there. The real story is... Nope, down a little more. Sharing is caring. Don't. Don't share your dildos.
I don't know what that is, but I ain't clicking that shit.
Oh, me neither. I didn't notice that until you were sitting there talking, and it was sitting right in the middle of the screen. I'm like, when are we going to talk about don't?
Didn't even notice. Still don't. I did not even notice. But fun. Merry Christmas, everyone.
No, there's more Christmas fighting stories we got to get to.
Yes.
Because this is did you notice this is like the Christmas of, like, not joy and happiness.
It's the Christmas of the end.
Oh, this is the end
The
Christmas.
Last Christmas, yes. That song, Last Christmas, it was all
This-
about this.
This is it.
Yeah.
So dress up in fun costumes and fight whoever the hell you want.
You know how
And-
he says, like, last Christmas I gave you my heart? That's all about, like, ritual sacrifice, actually.
Oh wow,
Yeah.
that took a dark turn.
I'm going to have to, this is just coming to me now, but there might be a parody song for next year if we make it that far.
Who? There is no next year. Who is he giving his heart to as the sacrifice? Because that asshole just gave it away. He's just holding. He's just like.
Well, have you
"Nah."
ever seen Temple of Doom,
It's been a while.
where the guy jabs his hand into the guy's chest and rips out his heart, and then he holds it up, and then he sacrifices it, or it catches on fire, and he sacrifices it to some demon or something. So
It sounds like the demon gave it away, though.
no, the guy who ripped it out, the guy who
Oh.
took the heart, gave it away to the demon. So
Oh, there you go. Gotcha. All
Yep.
right. Well, if you're gonna get in fights and not wear a Grinch costume, at least have the decency to use a Christmas tree as your weapon of choice.
amen.
Go ahead.
A Florida man hits wife with Christmas tree after being asked to help with dinner. Now,
That seems like a realistic response there. It's like,
Yeah,
hey, man, help me with dinner. Ah, Christmas tree.
I mean, whatever happened to good old punching your wife? Just the classics. Like, why did you have to go full on Grinch about
Or
it?
the backhand, like the classic backhand.
Right.
Like, I mean,
Save
if
yourself
you-
the trouble.
right. If you use the back of your hand, it's not a crime.
My biggest
Open-
concern in all of this is now that wife has to go redecorate this Christmas tree that I'm sure she spent a lot of time doing, because God knows this guy did not help set it up at the first place.
Well, she better know her place. and
She's
go.
better, or he's gonna hit her with a Yule log next time.
Derek Ambrose says season greetings equals season beating.
That's right. Yes, and shocking that it's a Florida man. And I like how anytime it is a person in Florida, it's like Florida man, instead
Yes.
of like, I don't know, Floridian does da-da-da.
Like, it's not any other state. Do they mention the state in the headline except for
Right.
Florida?
They're
Just
like, Florida man, ... You get it. So here
like
goes.
the last article. Where was that? Oh, yeah, it doesn't say Michigan man in Grinch costume beat up a Michigan reindeer in a Michigan style office party, but it's
Right.
they always got to point out Florida man.
Yep, and he looks like one.
He does look like a man.
A Florida man allegedly hit his wife with a Christmas tree after she asked for help with making dinner, authorities said. Richard Atchison, who cares? 52, lost his temper, you think? In the couple's Fruitland Park home after he got into an argument with his wife after she asked for help. And can we please repeat the headline 2 or 3 more times so we know what happened here? At some point, the woman reportedly put a spoon in the sink, accidentally splashing Atchison, according to Fox Orlando. The report said that guy, whose name I'm tired of saying, began packing his things and went outside to his vehicle. He then returned because he had been drinking. Wait, he returned because he had been drinking?
Well, he went to leave and he's like, "Oh, I'm drunk. I'm obviously being rational here, so I shouldn't."
Oh, right. Yes, I'm drunk. I'm going to make the responsible choice and not drive. And you can go drive. You need to get out. And if you don't get out because you splashed me with that spoon, you just wait. When she tried to leave, deputies said Atchison shoved her, picked up a Christmas tree, and threw it at her. It hit her, but there was no report of injuries.
The question is, was it a real tree or a fake tree? Because that really makes a difference. Because those real trees, the trunks are kind of heavy and they hurt. Those fake trees, it's just like getting hit with a toilet brush.
Yeah, I don't know. If you ever find yourself throwing any kind of Christmas tree out of anger, maybe just step back and rethink your life. It doesn't really matter how heavy it is or isn't. Like, if you're throwing a Christmas tree at your wife, you might have gone wrong at some point in there.
Things have gotten a little out of hand if it's gotten to the point where
Yes.
you're throwing a Christmas tree.
Authorities.
What's the thought there? Like, he looks around the room, he's like, no,
Uh,
I really like that vase there. It's really expensive. Oh, a Christmas tree. Like, of all the
let's be
things
festive about it. Yes. Authorities said he then blocked the front door to prevent her from leaving after he,
he
just
probably
told her that she had to leave. Now he's throwing
no,
things at her and blocking the door.
he didn't
He
tell her
did.
she had to leave. He just came back.
Yes, he did.
Oh, where's
He
the
had
say
been
that?
drinking and told his wife to leave instead.
Oh,
And then he
so when
throws a Christmas tree and blocks the door to prevent her from leaving.
this guy
So-
makes no sense. He's a Florida man. That says it all.
I wonder if he was drinking. Atchison was arrested on felony charges, including false imprisonment and domestic battery. What is false imprisonment?
Well, he was holding his wife hostage. Basically, he
Oh,
won't let her leave. So they're throwing all the charges at him because there's no specific charge for throwing a Christmas tree. So they're throwing everything else at him.
I mean, battery pretty well covers it. He was booked into the Lake County Jail without incident. Reports showed that he was held on a $8,000 bond. All right. So, yep.
Florida man.
Yeah. Anybody shocked here? I mean, I'm only surprised it wasn't a Christmas gator that he threw at her. But when you're looking around your room and the gator's in the other room, I mean, you got to take what you can get in the moment.
Like, I don't know. Is there nothing else in your living room to beat your wife with? Like, why the Christmas tree?
Were you born without fists, sir? Come on. If so, I'm kind of impressed that you managed to pick up and toss a Christmas tree. But Derek Ambrose says he went back for more beer. Yes, that's probably accurate. Derek Ambrose also says drunk Florida man arrives from the north wielding a Christmas tree.
Now this seems like a scene like he probably plays Fortnite too much and they just use random shit for their weapons.
This guy looked like he plays fucking Fortnite. Come on.
No, probably not.
This guy mostly drinks and throws things at his wife to begin with. That's his hobby, and this just escalated his normal hobby.
I was gonna say, if it's come to the Christmas tree was not the first thing this man has ever thrown at his wife.
That was the last straw.
It doesn't start with the Christmas tree.
It never does.
It graduates to the Christmas tree. So this woman has put up with all the other throwings until it got to the Christmas tree. And for some reason, the Christmas tree was where she's like, you know what? I've had enough. I'm calling the cops.
I'm drawing the line at Christmas tree throwing. Yep.
I like how in both these scenarios, both these like blatant assholes at least have the decency to be festive around the the holiday season in their crimes. It's like, well, I mean, it is Christmas time, so I will be festive in my beatings.
It's like they wanted to make the news.
Right.
They wanted us to have this conversation about them. They're like, well, I could throw this pot at her, but then Dan and Craig won't talk about me on Two Scoops tomorrow, so grab the tree. It's not convenient. It's going to be a big mess to clean up, but it'll be worth it for this moment. I hope you've enjoyed your moment, Florida man.
Yeah,
I hope we made it worth it.
Can you imagine if it was a real tree, how many pine needles you got to go vacuum up now across the whole freaking living room? I mean, that would be a hell of a mess.
I wonder if they used glass ornaments.
God.
And did he throw it like point first? Did he like try to spear her with the tree topper?
You can't throw a Christmas tree any other way than spear it point star first.
I mean, you could go brunt side if she's like just standing in the middle of the room and just like wipe her out with the whole thing. That would be comical as well. I choose to believe that he threw it broadside and then he picked it up and was stabbing her with the star as she laid on the ground, singing "Ode to Joy,"
bleeding out the red colors of Christmas.
Mm-hmm.
Like that, the blood red mixed with the Christmas tree green. I mean, it doesn't get
It was
more.
It was a sight to behold.
Is there any pictures of this one?
No, just this guy's Santa face. Maybe this guy was. I want the twist of this guy was actually a mall Santa who just snapped because he's had to listen to kids have kids sit on his lap and tell him all the greedy shit that they want all year, and he's like, no, fuck no shit. That was his breaking point.
He is not mall Santa. He is Kevin McAllister's neighbor on the Home Alone.
That's true. Or
He
an
is
elderly
that-
Kevin McAllister on
No, he
cocaine.
looks exactly like the sidewalk guy that has the bodies in the can of salt. He
True.
literally has his wife's body in a can of salt, and he's salting the sidewalk.
I
It
like
was
that
his
one.
wife's body too, wasn't it? On the movie, didn't they say he killed his wife and her body was in the can of salt?
This is just the prequel to Home Alone.
How did we miss this story?
It's
How did we
amazing.
miss this part?
I
It
don't know.
took us 20 minutes to get to the real story here. Kevin McAllister's neighbor actually did murder his wife, but they missed on the movie that he did it with the Christmas tree.
Yep. Derek Ambrose says he wouldn't help cook dinner. He's definitely not helping sweep up those pine needles.
Yes.
Yep. Well,
Like, I don't care if you're bleeding. Get up and sweep them. Yeah.
get up and clean up this blood and pine needles.
Yes. How shitty of a human do you got to be to react like that to the question, will you help with dinner?
Well, it wasn't, in fairness, it wasn't just, will you help with dinner? She dropped a spoon and it splashed him a little.
Accidentally, quote unquote.
Uh-huh.
Now
Come on, lady.
I've seen passive aggressive women. They don't accidentally splash you when they put their spoon in the sink. They're like,
And
fine.
he
And
accidentally tossed a Christmas tree across the room in her general direction. Maybe he was trying to set it up in a different corner like they had talked about last week.
fine, you want this? We'll put it over there.
I'll make dinner. You do the decorating. Fine. Like, we don't
Yeah.
even know for sure if this was a decorated tree. Maybe it was just sitting there and he was like, bitch, you haven't even decorated our fucking tree and you want me to help you cook dinner? And he picks it up and tosses it at her and then he starts chucking some ornaments at her and stuff. It's like, decorate. Do your job and then I'll help you do this one.
In that scenario, he's kind of justified.
I mean, it's all from a certain point of view.
Oh, we're terrible.
Yeah. It's okay because she's okay. Except
Merry Christmas.
as soon as he gets out, she's going to take him right back. And
Oh,
be
yeah,
in
and
an
he'll throw
abusive
something
relationship.
else.
Yeah.
Like, what'd you graduate to after throwing the Christmas tree? What is next then?
That would be javelins? I don't know. How do you step up from there? American flags?
No, that guy don't throw no American flags. He wraps himself in American
That's
flags
true.
before. I mean, he's a Florida man.
It's true. Gators,
Big-
I guess.
Big gator.
Yep. Tossing gators.
Yes, obviously. That's all I got. Is
That's
that all
I
you got?
Yeah.
Merry
So-
Christmas. Don't beat your wife unless it's with the Christmas tree or while wearing a Grinch costume.
Merry
Preferably
Christmas,
both.
don't marry men in Florida.
Yes, indeed.
Greg, where can people find the stuff?
The stuff can be found at Break the Bell podcast all over the interwebs at our handle Break the Bell Pod on the social medias or at our website www.breakthebellpod.com. Yesterday we enjoyed our holiday festivities with our third annual Christmas extravaganza, and if you missed it, you definitely missed it. And Dan, you didn't miss most of it. Dan, you were there, so were you one of the Nazi fags?
I have an admission.
Oh, gotcha. Well, at least you're out of the closet now.
Yeah.
Go check it out.
No.
Okay. Dan, where can we find you?
Oh, hey. On the internet at thesystemsdown.tv or at TSIDpod on Twitter, or send me gifts at P.O. Box 84, Alito, Illinois 61231.
You are
And-
such a freaking beggar.
send me
gifts to
presents.
that address, too. Send me presents to that same address.
Yeah, send him presents and he'll totally get them. That's that. Tomorrow I'm probably going to do an episode at some point and I don't know what I'm talking about, and that's the extent of my knowledge on the future, and maybe we'll be back on Thursday with more of whatever this is.
Wow.
If we come up with something to talk about. So
You're doing great at this.
thank you. I'm trying really hard, as you can tell. Well,
Yeah.
Merry Christmas week, and
Yep.
Happy Hanukkah. Kwanzaa's
It is
not real.
Kwanzaa's not real. those made up bullshit holidays. Happy Hanukkah. Obviously, we have to say that because it's in our contract with YouTube. This is the second day of Hanukkah, and we have to point that out contractually.
Yes, I knew that.
And Merry Christmas.
Yep. Happy Hanukkah, though.
This has been 2 Scoops Morning News every Tuesday and Thursday at 7 a.m. Central or whenever we feel like it. Until next time, hang in there, America.